Okay, and we're back live. Welcome back, everybody, to Payback is a Lich. We are starting yet again with some technical issues, but thank you for waiting, everybody. It seems that it's now all resolved as I'm trying to or maybe almost all of it. Yeah. All right. So there was still a little bit left here for me to fix it. All right. So for those of you who are just joining us and you never heard of this campaign before, it's a campaign where if you're a fan of undead, of intrigue, of betrayal, of cosmic scale manipulation, that's the campaign for you. Tonight we continue our twisted journey through the multiverse, where our favorite band of undead anti-heroes, the left-hand horrors, continue their quest to assemble the Rod of Seven Parts and trying to prevent Vecna from reshaping all reality. Well, they're not trying to prevent Vecna from reshaping all reality. Let's be clear about this. They are trying to reshape the reality in his place. They're trying to take his post and do the thing that he's doing. Liches can be very jealous, and some of them, because in the case of a few of them, they're not really here for the rod. They're just trying to get a book from Vecna that Vecna never gave him. The campaign premise is very simple. This is no ordinary tale of good versus evil. There's only evil left. The multiverse is hopeless. The band of heroes that they have assembled to send across Vecna, Vecna wiped the floor with them. And then, midway through this campaign, or I should say it's no longer midway, like about a third into the first season, Vecna unfortunately has desired that his apprentice was a different person, and because he's a Lich god now, he has to be very careful with his words, as his wish actually came true. But it came true, as his wishes usually do, in a way that you don't expect. And two timelines were merged into one, overlapping realities, and now there are copies of our characters wandering around, and copies of the enemies, and even copies of the Rod of Seven Parts. There are two of everything, and it turns out that the main difference between the two timelines, or that in one timeline, the sixth member of the party was a wizard, blade singing wizard called Necrolumpa, while in this in this party's original timeline, their six members was a order of scribes wizard, particularly, which is almost a necromancer kind of it, called Drazulf, very curious mind. And it turns out that in each one of those timelines, the sixth member of the party who was not with the party was an apprentice of Vecna. So the timeline of Necrolumpa, Drazulf was an apprentice of Vecna, and in the timeline of Drazulf, Necrolumpa is an apprentice of Vecna. And it just turns out that with the two timelines merging, now both of them are in both. Are in the Vecna's team and in the left-hand horrors team as well. And the players didn't even realize that they have been swapped with their prime quote-unquote versions until it was a bit too late in their pursuit of the Rod of Seven Parts. And to complicate matters further, they're not the only quote-unquote team that is looking for the Rod of Seven Parts. There is an old paladin of Vecna, or an old fling of Vecna, named Kaz, who is a vampire, a powerful vampire. Now, there are two of him as well, who is also looking for the Rod of Seven Parts. And he even made a deal with the party. He has a few pieces that he has duplicated, and he's willing to switch one of his duplicate pieces with the party in exchange for 2 pieces that he doesn't yet have. The party took the deal. There are only a few hours until the deal will go further, and it turns out that they decided, they're just gonna go around the corner there in the Nine Hells and try to get an extra piece of the rod, so that they don't have to negotiate a piece of the rod that they already gathered. So, and talking about how the pieces of the rod are and who has what, this is how the race looks like. It's a race to 7, and our left-hand horrors actually have quite the upper hand. They've managed to, together with versions of themselves that, or of members of their party that came out of the original timeline, they've managed to gather 6 pieces of the rod. As you can see there, the blue ones there, they're in the Volcar team, the ex-exarch of Vecna. And they're looking for the last little piece of Primus there, that is in the hands of Kaz. And, well, they have an extra piece of the second rod, and one of the pieces of the second rod, the one that is right there in the middle, is irretrievable. Kaz doesn't know that, and Kaz also doesn't know that they have 6 pieces, so that's why he's willing to do that trade, as he's trying to complete the rod. And he is hoping that when the party give him 2 pieces of the rod, he's gonna have 6 pieces, and he's only gonna be missing 1, which he probably already knows it's with Volcar, so he's probably know the door to knock. Well, turns out that if the party is successful in this mission and they actually find a piece of the rod of 7 parts, this white one here in the Nine Hells, they might actually have enough leverage to get the 7 pieces and start focusing on the end game. And yes, it's been a long journey to get here. They have done all sorts of shenanigans, and now. But before we touch on the shenanigans they did the last session, let's go ahead and introduce our protagonists. Tonight we have Creek, which I should call a chaotic and unpredicted undead bard that has a penchant for getting himself into questionable deals. Most recently, he has become the sugar daddy of a succubus named Temptress. Apparently, that was his first priority arriving in the Nine Hells, which is probably like to complicate things for him in ways that, well, I guess only Creek could manage that. So, Creek, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight, being the new sugar daddy of Temptress and being in the Nine Hells. And this place is so much fun.
Hey guys, here the Spirit King Creek. I am great in the Nine Hells. Like, bro, this casino has everything: music, gambling. I already got myself a contract with a roadie. She's gonna be amazing. I don't know. She did kiss my guitar though, but we'll see what happens later down the road.
Hello?
Yeah, Legend?
Can you guys hear me now? All right. Yep. Am I back? Okay. All right. Because for a second there, I couldn't hear anyone. And I was yet more technical issues for us to have fun. Great. So I didn't hear anything you've...
Just turn it off and turn it back on, Legend. That's all you
Yes. That's the problem is if I turn it off, the entire live thing goes down. So and we have to start over. So Creek, sorry for that. I hope the audience heard. I didn't. But let's move on to our next protagonist, Midge, should we say our fungi expert, somewhat of a chaotic mix, but also someone who is looking for balance, although balance to her means preserving the decay of nature and perhaps even enhancing. And yes, she has her own agenda, perhaps, and that her agenda may or may not impact this race. Who knows? And she has her own dealings with all demonic affairs. And now she has someone who Does she have a crush on Archon the Cruel? I don't know. Or perhaps he has on her. Hey, I don't know. Midge, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit.
I think that's just the player. Just the player. I just like the character.
Anyway, yeah, I thought he was a bit of like a bro. Like he reminded me of like those frat boys back in Strixhaven. Those guys were so freaking annoying. That's kind of the way I felt. So, do I have a crush on him? No, sir, not at all.
Very well. and then we have Draze of the Twisted, I guess we could call him, a former apprentice of Vecna whose mind has been twisted beyond recognition, and someone who is fascinated by the forbidden knowledge of the multiverse and craves the Book of Vile Darkness, but he's also haunted by memories of his alternative self that is still in allegiance with Vecna, and Drazov sometimes can peek into the mind of his alternative selves. That's how entangled his mind is. Drazov, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Yes, I am as always wobbly wob the unsteady. And I've got to say I am finding Avernus to be a fascinating place. Many interesting things to study. I am just a little bit dismayed that the more attractive version of Cyril is not came to join us here, as I would very much like to have him accompany me to my nap, where I can keep him safe from those dreadful seagulls that plague him so much.
Very well, and yes, to contextualize a little bit, yes, there is a version of Cyril that has made a deal with a vestige of a lesser deity, and called the Evening Glory, which is the goddess of obsession and passion, and let's say sickening love, and apparently he made a pact with her so that he could bring his wife back, and when his wife comes back, he will apparently not disclose the fact that he made a deal with another woman to bring her back, but he's gonna look awesome, and everybody he goes around seems to have this very big attraction and a natural tendencies towards him, natural inclination to treat him well. Anyway, but let's not talk about Cyril. He's not even here tonight. He's probably cheating on us with another group of liches.
These are vicious lies. He belongs only to me.
I forgive him.
Previously on Payback as a Lich, the stakes are getting higher. The left-hand horrors start the session by regrouping at the Sanctum in Sigil after escaping from the Lady of Pain's maze. They were exhausted. They need to feed their phylacteries, so they went there, and then they returned a few days later. After deciding what was going to be the next strategy, as the stakes are ever higher, there is a Kaz that is applying for the role of the leader of the Heralds of the Dust in Sigil, and another Kaz who can't enter Sigil, who is a demigod who's outside, and both of them together are gathering pieces of the rod quite fast. And then there is Vecna, who is becoming more and more powerful. He is now the goddess of magic, the mother of dragons. Who knows what he's going to be next? He's just erasing gods of existence and taking portfolios of other gods. Captain Wumpa was waiting for them for quite some time. Apparently they have a debt that if they don't pay, Captain Wumpa is just going to wish all their phylacteries to crack. And they decided, well, that's sounds like we need to pay our debt. and they decided to ask her to travel to transport them all the way to the Nine Hells with her spelljamming ship. And they went all the way from the Outlands to Avernus, the first layer of the Nine Hells, where she dropped them off near the Red Belvedere Casino, a lavish and grotesque entertainment hub that is run by a paladin of Vecna by the name of Archon the Cruel. Apparently, Archon is very desperate to regain his god's favor and to get, some attention with his boss. He's a boisterous and overly friendly bro dude who calls Vecna the Big V, and mistook the Lich's arrival as a sign of his master's approval. He's eager to impress Vecna, and he offered them free soul coins, asked them to investigate this other dude who's trying to pull his rug. This powerful dragon by the name of Nismizet, who apparently is taking care of the temple of the Mother of Dragons, Vecna, who's supposed to be reporting to Archon, but instead apparently is trying to undermine him with the big V. So Archon suspects Nismizet is too smart and he must be plotting something against him. And he's particularly terrified because two other apprentices of Vecna, apparently by the description Necrolumpa and Mr. Sunfall, arrived just earlier, and they headed to the temple without giving too much attention to Archon, and Archon suspect that all three of them may be plotting to destroy him, or perhaps to destroy his reputation with the big V, which to him would be much worse. Meanwhile, Creek had an interesting encounter with a pair of succubi that led there to the temple, and I should have mentioned this earlier. By the way, he made indeed a pact with a succubi named Temptress, and who is, let's just call her a working succubus, an entertainer, or perhaps a promoter, or perhaps a hostess, or something like that. And well, he signed a contract with her by becoming his quote-unquote sugar daddy, and he bind himself to this toxic relationship with this very seductive succubus. And this could have far-reaching consequences, who know, especially considering the kinds of infernal contracts that hell is known for. But hey, Crick is probably only having some fun. And the horrors agreed to investigate the temple of the Mother of Dragons, Vecna. Yes, Vecna. And partly out of curiosity and partly because they suspect that a piece of the Rod of Seven Parts may be hidden somewhere, either in that temple or in Archon's vault within the casino. They're playing a dangerous game here by balancing deception, diplomacy, and deals with devils, all while trying to maintain their cover, because after all, Kaz is under the impression that they only have a few pieces of the rod, and they are probably going to trade with him in a few hours, or should say a day and a half or something like that. Who knows? Time passes differently in the Nine Hells, and the horrors apparently intend to keep Kaz on the blind side, and well, and get this piece of the rod. So, but it's a very, very high stakes, dangerous game that they're playing. I guess no better place to play that than in a casino. So very well. And with that, let me bring you guys back to the entrance of the casino, where you were just heading to the temple after talking yourselves into a bromance with Archon the Cruel. Apparently you guys now are besties, and yes, Creek, you were talking with Hornatius Maximus, this devil that was just outside, and he apparently is a guy who always knows a guy, and if you need a guy who knows a guy who may also know another guy that can get you something, This is the guy for it. He apparently is the best smuggler in all of Avernus. So, or at least he say he is. Anyway, all of you have been given nicknames by Ark the Cruel, the Spirit King, the Vicious, the Viscous, the Scorpion King, and Rotten. So yes, that's why you see their names changed there. And Creek, in the last session where we're ending, you told me you wanted to go back to talk to Hornatius Maximus, and something also draw the attention of the Spirit, the Scorpion King, who decided he's just gonna go inside this tent over here because apparently he's been informed telepathically by a devil here that there is a game of infernal poker going on inside, and there's one seat left, and it's high stakes infernal poker. So of course he's going to join, and well, Cyril couldn't resist this. I'm sorry, the Scorpion King couldn't resist this, and the Scorpion Kings go play poker while you guys have to figure this mess out. Creek, what do you want to say to Hornatius?
Hornatius, quite a long time no see. I think I might be in use of what you specialize.
Yeah. Do you need a guy who knows a guy? I'm your guy.
And I think your information has quite a lot of value to it. As we got to meet with Archon, what a good bro, I'll say. We got pretty close with him. We've been, I'm going to the temple now. And I heard that, there's a pretty powerful dragon called what's it called again? Nesmicet?
Oh, you mean the dragon in the temple, Mismizet?
Yeah, and I'm wondering, do you have someone that can help me get on his good side?
I may know a guy that can get you on the good side. This guy. He says while pointing both of his thumbs towards him.
He's pointing at himself. Legend, I can barely.
Yes, he's pointing at himself. Yes, he's pointing both his thumbs to him and saying, "This guy."
Ooh, then I guess I found the right guy then. And then
Yes.
Greek will take out the bracelet of rock magic. Well, if this guy can help me out, I have quite a powerful item. Great way to never have to turn to stone. You'll always be your cool self.
All right. Okay. I'm only paying soul coins though. Yeah, soul coin.
I do have some soul coins, and I'll take out one of my 2 soul coins. You prefer that currency instead?
I can hear from here the screams of the innocent soul that is inside the soul coin. Clearly, you came prepared for such an introduction with such a high figure here in the universe. I would just charge an introduction fee, to talk you up, get you introduced to the guy, and perhaps, perhaps if you need my assistance further, we can talk a little bit. So let's hand out 3 soul coins for that introduction, since he's quite a high profile. I hear he works for the god of magic himself, and by the way, he's wholeheartedly devoted to him.
Ooh, he sounds like quite the prominent figure from what Archon is. Sounds like this. You know him quite endowed with him too. I'd say an introductory fee. I like that. But I do know I carry a lot of skill sets myself. I'm able to talk up to a lot of people. And I'm gonna do persuasion on this, hopefully. A legend says we can make this more mutual. I'll give you a couple soul coins. How about 2? But I'll offer some of my services as well. Whether you need your name spread, you need someone that to make sure that you're the guy to go to. I'm the guy who can make a tale about you. Heck,
So you want to be one of my guys?
No.
Be another guy that can do what you're proposing to do. I'm happy to consider. Two soul planes is a bit shallow though. I'll tell you what. I make a deal. I talk you up to the guy. I make an introduction. If things go well, you pay me the second half. How about that?
The 2 soul coins now and 2 soul coins later?
Yeah. 2 soul coins. 2 soul coins now. I do the introduction. And if it goes well, 2 soul coins later. That's how much I trust my work.
I believe that. You're a quality guy. 1 second while I let the others know, because is this introduction only going to be for me alone? Or also with my companions, as I point to the other 2?
Oh, I can introduce all 3 of you. That's fine.
A couple seconds, Hornatius. Let me talk to them for a quick second. I'll be back in a couple seconds.
Okay.
Greek will just walk over to here to Midge and Dre's off. That says, guys. I know we're traveling to a temple, and it's gonna be, and I'm gonna whisper this, slightly dangerous, but Hornatius here seems to have a good reputation with Nesmicet, and he gave me a good price for it. I think if
Nivmizet.
Nivmizet.
Nivmizet. I'll put it in the chat here.
Okay. Because I'm thinking if we go in there, and Nivmizet is quite a dangerous dragon, we might as well get some reputation recognition so we don't have to deal with him. We only have to deal with the other liches. What do you guys think? He's offering 2 soul coins now, which I can gladly pay for that, but then 2 more later if the introduction goes well.
Greek. I also have something else up my sleeve, but we'll see how this goes.
Well, I will be honest. These soul coins kind of feel very heavy for me. I'm not that comfortable holding these.
Then by all means, if they mean nothing to you, then you're giving away nothing for something. That sounds like a good deal.
Out of character, the reason why Creek is saying that is because he's a neutral character, and I can't hold. I have a limit to what I can hold.
Yeah. When you are, if you are a neutral character, you can hold as many soul coins as your constitution modifier. If you hold more than that, you might start to feel some side effects.
So you're plain neutral, or because
no, Creek has always been lawful neutral. That's Creek's true alignment out of character.
Oh.
Yeah, I was never an evil character in our campaign.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Gotcha.
why. So that is why Creek is going like, yeah, these soul coins, they feel a bit heavy. I don't, even though it takes souls, I kind of don't like holding them in the form like this. But yeah, I can start the payment for him, but I know I don't have...
They were your coins. They were given to you. So you do with them as they please. I tell you what, if it's successful, you can have my 2 to finish the deal.
Alright. Thank you, Mitch.
Of course.
Honatius will introduce all 3 of us, so this isn't just a single deal. I mean, a single person.
Okay.
Drazov, was there anything you wanted to chime in?
Oh no, yes. I think you should give your coins and see how it goes, and then Midge will give you her coins. And if it is successful, beyond that, this does not really concern me.
All right. Well, I think it'll help us as we go over to the temple, and I'll walk over back to Hornatius, and I says, yes, the other 2 are great agreements, and we appreciate it. So, Creek hands out his 2 soul coins. We have a good deal then. Half now, and the other half later on a good impression for all 3 of us.
Sounds good. You have a deal. So, how should I introduce you?
Tell the others to come here. Any particular way we want to be introduced, guys? It seems we get our own custom intro.
As that particular character walked away, I just want to point out that Midge was studying him quite a bit. It's rather coincidental that is who was standing right there. This guy here.
Oh.
It seems to be a red Abishai who was the customer Hornatius was talking before you.
Yeah, I know. That's all.
That's all? All right.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know that Midge was studying him. That's all.
Very well. Very well. Let me put here the image of that little guy. Who's not little at all. So
completely coincidental. I was researching creatures for that Midge could shape change into, and that was one of the top choices. And then I looked up at the screen, and that's literally the character that was standing right there.
very well. Very well. And
Purely coincidental. Purely,
But
yeah.
the way to introduce ourselves. I want.
Well, the YouTube video was just buffering.
Okay.
oh boy. Can you guys still hear me?
So-
Yeah. You're back.
Yeah, I
we
just
can
gotta
hear you.
I just
We're
gotta
getting
got a signal. Oh, chat disconnected, successfully reconnected. All right.
Yeah.
My connection-
The live stream was buffering.
All right. It got back. Okay. Sorry for that little interruption. I'm having connection issues with you guys.
Yes. I am El Contrafel, the Incontinent.
Alacostrofel, the incontinent.
Yes.
And I should. And what else should I say about you? Despite the fact that you have incontinence.
The name says it, I think the name speaks for itself. I am known far and wide throughout many realms. My reputation precedes me. Does it not?
So let me see if I understood. You want to. Well, I don't know. I haven't heard of you, to be honest. But yeah, perhaps not through many realms. Could be something I say. You gotta understand this guy, Dave Mizat, is very smart. He's very clever. Probably the smartest dragon I ever met. He's not as smart as me, but he could get there one day. But yeah, he's a very smart dragon, and he's kind of a, I don't know how we call it, a cleric of the mother of dragons, Vecna, who is also, of course, the god of magic, and also, of course, the overlord of all the layers of the abyss. So, you're talking to someone who is a cleric for a very big deity, probably the greatest deity we ever seen in the pantheons of the multiverse. So, and a deity that is negotiating with Asmodeus to stop the blood war and use all that anger between demons and devils to attack the celestials and all the positive planes. And a deity who controls the entire abyss. So and the dragon that will really draw attention to you.
All right. You can tell Ms. Mizet that I talked my way out of a maze made by the Lady of Pain.
You escaped the Lady of Pain. Maze.
Yes.
Oh, now that is impressive. Is that true?
Yeah,
It is true enough.
we all
I'm the one
did.
who caused it, though.
And I'm the one that reached out to. I'm the one that opened up the lines of communication. And Drazov did the talking.
Yes, it was a group effort. This one put us into the maze. This one facilitated the lines of communication, and I did the talking. It was a group effort. It's very circular.
Very well. Very well.
That's the
This,
things I'm known for.
I have to say, now I'm interested in you guys because now I know you guys. And if I ever have someone who needs a guy who knows how to escape the League of Pain's maze, I'm gonna have to contact you, El Costrofel, the Incontinent. I'm really gonna have to contact you on that. So, could you put your any fluid that you can produce with your body? I know this is a big ass for a lich, into this little business card of mine, so I can potentially contact you in the future.
Do liches even have fluid?
Yeah,
I'm not the smartest.
above the table, like, how feasible is that?
Well, let me put this way. If you scrap behind your eyeballs, perhaps there's some moisture there?
I look at
Do I even have eyeballs?
You
I
have
look at the biscuits.
floating things inside your skull that glow. I don't know. Depend on how old you are and how close you are to be a demi-lich.
I mean, Midge is covered in viscous fluid and rot and decay, so she has plenty to go around, but he doesn't want to talk to her.
How about this? I got an idea, and I look at Drazov. There's a way to make me cry, but I don't know if you can do it. You might not have the strength.
What do you suggest?
I suggest you kick me between the legs. That's a pain I haven't felt in hundreds of years. It might set off some memories and make me cry.
Midge, without even, just runs up and just cocks him right, as hard as she can.
Roll
Not thought.
Spirit King,
it.
Spirit King, you feel nothing.
Even when I got cashew blasted, I don't feel anything.
You can roll a performance to try and convince the guy. But Midge, you just hurt your foot. It was like kicking a bone. And he's convinced. He's like,
Cold-blooded. Wow, she really went for it. I feel sorry for you. That probably split your hip in half. Damn. Good job.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Well,
Drazov is going to cast after seeing that it didn't work. Drazov is going to cast magic missile at your crotch.
I'm putting shield up as a reaction to that.
and you can, very well. You make a little shield around your crotch, and all the magic missile. Oh my god! They hit the shield, and with the.
They call that spell a cock block.
Hey,
Oh, man, you got inspiration. And
I look at Drazov. I said, kick me between the legs, not shoot me between the legs.
and Midge, you don't know what he's protecting. There's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing there. You just kicked it. You just hit bones. There's absolutely nothing there, but he's still protecting.
But it was fun.
It's a performance. You don't know. Only Mitch knows. My painful truth of being a lich.
All right.
Cyril doesn't have the problem.
And our nation's Maximus is still there, holding his golden card in front of a Viscus, waiting for him to spit or do something on the card. Viscus, what do you want to do?
Okay, all right. Here, give it. Let me see that card for a moment. And I'm assuming that he's gonna hand the card over.
Yes, and the card says Hornatius Maximus, the guy.
I assume, Hornatius, that this card is fairly durable. Yes.
And he looks at you with almost a mix of confusion and curiosity, and he says,
Yes.
Very good. And his jaw unhinges, and a line of acid sprays out onto the card that he is holding on his hand. In his hand, he is pointing away from everybody else. By the way, yeah.
A little bit.
And then he hands whatever is left of the card back back to Hornatius.
Wow, I guess that
That
works.
is, yeah, he's using the, let me just mark that off on my sheet. Because he used the, acid breath,
Very well.
of his, Kirsten's ooze.
very well. And he takes the card, he says,
Excellent. And how should I introduce you, that colorful guy? Oh, sorry, he is still recovering. How should I introduce you, fungi woman?
Oh. Well, you can introduce me as Midge, the Archdruid of Fungus, in the service of Zagat Moy.
What did you just say?
Oh, you heard me.
The Archdruid of fungi in the service of the Demon Lord.
Zagat Moy.
There's nothing that I hate more than a lapdog for a Demon Lord. But I'm a businessman. Well, I'm a business devil. And I'll let that pass because I am a client-centric business fiend. And that's the only reason why. That's the only reason why I'm letting that pass. But I just want to tell you, if it was under any other circumstances, my spear would be up your ass right now.
Bring it.
You may want to not introduce yourself as the lapdog of a demon lord. You may want to introduce yourself as something else, because you see, the Nine Hells demons are not very popular since we are fighting them for millennia.
Understand that, but you just went on and on about this guy trying to negotiate a truce. So
Oh, let's try to, yes, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be easy. But let's try to be,
alright, then let's just call me the Archdruid of Fungus.
yeah, that's not gonna work. You're just going to ignore you as if you have no value. Come on, give me something. Come on, craft something nice.
I did. Oh, I gave you something that's memorable.
Nice.
That's
Yes.
for sure.
Yes, that's definitely memorable, but in the wrong way. You gotta give me something that will impress him. Do not make him want to eat your head.
I'm at a
I
loss.
mean, he's serving the overlord of the abyss, the demon overlord of the abyss, Vecna. And I understand where you're coming from, but well, the demon overlord and Selective were different things. I cannot tell you how many Myconids we had to fight because of Zedit. So, I myself had to burn a bunch of them. I mean, it's kind of funny to see them running around with flames above their heads. But I digress. It kind of that kind of reminds me a little bit of that scene. Anyway, and I digress again. How about you come up with a title? You know, embellish yourself a little bit more rather than archery. How about the Druid Mother of Fungi?
Sounds great. I really don't care. Whatever's gonna get us in so we can talk to the guy.
All right. And how about you, my boldest friend?
Oh, thank you for giving me some time to get back to my senses. Well, you can call me the Spirit King, a legendary lyricist that has traveled far, gathering famous people's signatures like Facto Skull, what's it called? Strahd von Zarovich. I've also done extreme extremities like diving in the acid of ancient krakens. I have traveled far, met a lot of people, even Primus. I got to meet him himself. Did not get his signature, but I have traveled far and outright, everywhere. Spreading tales and meeting interesting individuals across the multiverse.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know half of the names you mentioned. Legendary lyricist. Okay, the guy's an intellectual, that might. But I need something more. Look, I have here the guy who escaped the maze. I have the mother of all fungi. Come on, you gotta step up.
The creator of Soul Rock.
What the hell's a soul rock?
And can Creek do a performance to see if he can do it well on his guitar and go like, shh. Just like actual rock.
Go ahead.
He's
Go,
like,
give us a little sample.
oh my gosh. All right. And he'll sing something. Thinks a little ditty and thinks of the mother of dragons. He goes like, "In the shadows where the cold fires burn, Vecna rises with no return. Mother of dragons, her wrath takes flight, spreading chaos in the velvet night. Banana. She whispers spells beneath the moon. Banana. Wicked secrets in a chilling tune. Banana. Her dragons roar in the crimson sky. A storm of scales where legends die. Yeah."
So, great performance. I would actually pay to go to one of your shows. But unless you can explain to me what is a soul rock. I mean, we have a lot of soul planes here, but I never heard of a soul rock. Is that like a soul gem?
You could say it's like that. I've been developing a new style of music rather than those classic cliche that bards do in taverns.
Oh, it's a style of music. I get it now. I get it. So if it's a style of music, how about creator of the bardish
creator?
infernal flames?
Yes, that actually sounds great. Hornatius, you know, I might have to give you royalties sometime if I.
Well, I know a guy who is a marketer, and I know a guy who knows that guy who is in advertisement, and we do all the advertisement for here in the 5th layer, and we're very good at it.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
What about? I just forgot. Oh,
But-
yeah. The Spirit King, the master of symphonic shredding.
Symphonic shredding. All right, I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. Okay, now I know how to introduce you. Let's head there. I have another customer there waiting for me. So let's make this quick.
And he starts to lead you out to the south, towards the temple, which is actually not far away. You can see it from here, from the top of these stairs.
You said it was just across the street, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So as you go, there's no street here, but yeah, pretty much that. It's an expression. You guys enter. You guys enter this temple, and as you step in, you can already sense the presence. It seems that the floor here and everything around the floor and the stones of this temple, except the pillars themselves, seem to be covered in this skin or flesh or something alike. There are bones on the ground, and as you pass through the entrance, you see there are two guards, two death knights standing right there at the entrance. Hornatius Maximus says to you,
All right. He is right there at the end of the temple. Oh, great Lord.
Come on, guys.
Miss that. This smart land. The man that could have the knowledge. The one that is the most amazing one yet. And there is no ladder. And stuff like that. I'm Hornatius Maximus, your best friend ever. Remember? Remember when I got you that book that you really wanted? Because I knew a guy who brought you that book? Well, I'm here to bring you something you didn't even know you wanted. An introduction with some very knowledgeable and very important individuals. And in the multiverse and in multiversal history, individuals that may have knowledge you yourself, or a great one, have never received. In here to my left, step up, come on, hey, come here, come here. Yes, in here to my left, I have the Kosovo, the incontinent. Not to anyone else, when escaping out of the maze of the Lady of Pain. Now, that's not someone you meet every day. Next, we have her. Hey, come here. Step up. Hey, little one. Come on up. Yeah, thank you. Village. The modern druid of fungi. Perhaps she has knowledge of the natural world you never thought about it. And finally, here standing with us, we have the Spirit King, the creator of the botched infernal flame style, as well as known for his symphonic shredding, and for his incredibly best. And above average resilience. With all of that, I introduced them to you because I knew they come from fields of knowledge that only you, a great one, would know to admire. And
At the end of the hallway, you see a creature that stands there. A dragon that looks like this. A red dragon.
Move forward.
A red dragon with sitting with blue scales around his head, and he so far hasn't said a word. And as you enter the temple,
Is he actually on the map, Legend?
yes, he
I don't
is.
see him at all.
Let me bring him forward. As you hear the tum, tum,
Oh, there he is. Okay.
tum,
Ooh.
tum, tum, as he's standing there, and as he stands there, looking at all the three of you, he says,
It seems, Hornacious Maximus, you have brought indeed three very interesting individuals to my presence, and I am appreciative of your introduction. I am not going to pay for it, and I hope you don't expect more payment for services that I have requested. But I am glad you have brought them to me. Now, with that said, I believe we could get ourselves more acquainted, and you, perhaps, is free to go and can make yourself scarce. How about that?
Of course, I will leave them with you here, ready to have a productive and constructive conversation about all fields of knowledge. And, hey, Kai, meet me at the casino afterwards, okay? Same place to bring the other half. Alright, you guys enjoy yourselves. See you later.
I'll just walk up a little bit. I say, oh, what a beautiful temple I've come to say my prayer and worship, but also, you're quite a beautiful dragon. I haven't seen someone with such an exotic appearance like that.
I have to say,
Color scheme.
the moment I heard the names, I was like, no, there's no way they're those guys. There's no way they came all the way into a temple of the overlord of the abyss, the mother of all dragons, and the god of magic. Wow, you guys really, I gotta admit, the introduction was true. You guys have some very hard balls.
Every time with
Did you
this one,
steal my
it was on
voice?
a chalkboard inside of my brain.
Are you saying that you feel the same way about my voice too?
No, it is not you. It is that one. It is always with the nails on the chalkboard. In
Ah,
my
there
ears
they are.
and my brain.
There they are. So we meet again, huh? You guys like to you like to make fun of me. You like to talk bad things about me with the big V, huh? You find that funny.
Does Mitch have fog cloud? I gotta look. Hold on. Let me look.
Take a look quick. Do you have fog cloud?
Does anyone have fog cloud?
Let me take a quick look. Do I have fog cloud?
Yeah, I
Do I have fog cloud? Do you have fog cloud? Guys, I have to say, have you seen the end of this temple? As you're standing there, there is an altar at the end. I'm gonna approach you guys just a little bit so you can appreciate the altar. I'll put you back in the place afterwards. Just a...
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I can see a piece of it.
Okay, let me put you...
a little bit of it.
Okay, let me put you... Oh boy, now you got
That's
stuck.
insane. That's really cool.
Ooh, put me on Nisman's head. I want to get a good view.
There you go.
Whoa, that's wild.
That's pretty cool.
That,
Wow.
yes, you know that you are in the Temple of Vecna when you look at the altar, and that's what you see. A massive eye, who is, by the way, functioning, on a hand that is looking towards you guys. Let me put you back in your place. So you wonder what that eye's for. And Niv-Mizzet and the other two, and Niv-Mizzet says to all of you,
Your deception was not so clever attempt to deceive me. You see, I'm far superior in intellect to all you creatures. And I could see your deception from the moment you crossed my threshold, coming into the temple of the god of magic himself. Now, that is absolutely unacceptable. And I understand from my companions here that you are indeed a threat to the objectives of the god of magic. And in that case, I must say you are a threat to my own objectives. And in that case, I must say I'll have to destroy you. And take the credit for that destruction, of course. I hope that of you too.
We're a little short-handed at the moment. Can you can you give us like a week? We'll have someone else join us.
Look, I'll tell you something true about me. Could I at least get your signature? You are quite legendary. As you know, I have used-
What is this about you taking the credit? No one takes my credit.
Well, you are an inferior being. And of course I'm going to destroy them, and then I'm going to tell Vecna that you had no participation in it. So perhaps you should just stay out of it, so that I can take the full credit, or if you want to participate, you're welcome to. But I'm still going to take all the credit, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
You gonna let him do that, Necroloopa?
You should take all the credit.
Hey, Lich, you don't talk to me.
Oh, fog.
Lich, sit down, okay? You don't talk to me. Now, you are, I'm the #1 apprentice of Vecna, okay? I'm like, right there, second in command. You are nobody compared to me. You're not taking my credit. You should do what I tell you to do. So, how about this? I'll use you as my meat shield, and once they are done with you, I'll come in and finish it up whatever you started.
well,
I look at Joseph and
I just have one thing I would like to say, Necrolumpa. I'm the #1 apprentice of Vecna.
You're funny. No, you're not. No, you're not. Oh, you're so young and ridiculous. Go sit down. Shoo.
Midge is going to create some mushrooms in her hand, like popcorn, and just sit there and start watching these guys argue while she eats some fungus.
Krieg is gonna say that Dre's off. Man, that Necrolumpa, the only thing better than her running her mouth is running away from fights. Just taunt her.
And she's...
What did you just say?
Drizzle has just been massaging his temples the entire time, every time Necrolumpa speaks, just like, ugh, those nails on the chalkboard.
What did you just say? You said I'll run away from fights?
Yeah, #2. That's why Mr. Sunfall's #1. At least he stays and tries to fight us.
Ah, how
Successfully,
cute!
As I said, anyone have some fog lying around? How cute! You think he is number one? Weren't you making fun of him because he couldn't even dispel magic the last time we encountered?
At least he feeble-minded me. His sense of direction is better than your sense of... His sense of decoration is better than your sense of direction.
Is that supposed to be an offense?
I don't know. I guess you're not smart enough to realize that. Ain't that true, Mr. Sunfall? The best dungeon decorator there is. I still remember those skulls.
Oh wow, I really appreciate that. You have no idea how long I spent preparing the decoration, and she doesn't appreciate. But it's not easy to turn things into necrotic team, you know, in a way that is classy and elegant. And wow, I must say, you know what? You guys want to fight them? You fight them. I don't want to fight him. I like him now. I like him. He appreciates my work. He thank you. What? I've placed every single skull myself by giving the orders to the person who was doing it, and I place those skulls in the way I wanted them to be, and I have to say it is a very hard work. It is very hard work, and after all that construction, she doesn't appreciate, the boss doesn't appreciate, no one appreciate, you guys appreciate. So, you know, because of that appreciation, I'm just going to stand out.
Yeah, that's just a bullshit excuse because you don't want them to destroy you again. Okay, Shushu, go sit down over there. The adults are talking now.
And you just see Mr. Sunfall lowering his head and heading towards the corner as he just goes near the wall and he just sits down and he seems a bit depressed. And Ismizet says,
Look, inferior being, I appreciate that among your kind, you probably have one of the highest perhaps even what could be considered a superior intellect, not among members of my kind, and certainly not something that would even compare to the god of magic. So how about this? I will do this. I will take the credit. They are not going to defeat me. I'm going to obliterate them, and then, if in the odd chance I'm not obliterated, you are welcome to take the credit. Sounds like a compromise to you? I mean, let's not waste our energies fighting each other.
Okay. All right. Fine. Let's do that. I'll use you as my meat shield that I said, and you go there and you pretend this is not about me using as a meat shield because you're subordinate to me. Alright, that's fine. It makes you feel any better.
and she steps aside, and goes all the way up to the altar, and Mr. Sunfall follows her as they're going to step aside and let Niv-Mizzet show what he can do.
As that is happening, Drazul is going to subtle cast Maze on Niv-Mizzet.
Very well.
His eyes flash, and it just in a flash of green energy, Niv-Mizzet disappears.
And Niv-Mizzet disappears. And, Drazov, can you explain to our audience how Maze works?
Yeah, let me also, put that in the chat.
Very well.
So, basically, he has banished this, dragon into an extra-dimensional maze. And there's no real opportunity for the dragon to fight against being sent there. But once they're there, they get to use intelligence to try and find their way out once per turn. kind of the long and short of it.
Very well. And what is the DC, the intelligence check he needs to pass?
Oh, DC 21.
Very well. I'm going to tell you what he rolled.
39.
A 28. And what 6 seconds
wait.
before.
Oh, we aren't in initiative.
Not yet. No, that's my point.
Okay. So it doesn't really matter.
6 seconds
later, he
after.
popped back.
Yeah.
Can I run away in those 6 seconds? In those 6 seconds, can I run away? Can I do that?
You didn't even realize he just blinked out of existence for 6 seconds, and as he returns,
He says, yes, that was dumb. You think a maze can take, I eat mazes for breakfast. You think it would impress me that you left the maze of the Lady of Pain? If any creature in the multiverse is capable of doing that, that would have been me. I am
That was
a dragon
a
genius.
fraction of my power, and I was not even breaking a sweat. Do you really want to contend with the full might of what I can do? And I feel like I need to make some kind of check to. Is that persuasion or performance or
I just find
or
it tedious.
intimidation?
I just find it incredibly tedious to converse with simpletons like you, who lack vision.
I'm sorry.
you're trying to
couldn't
intimidate
understand
him?
that through the voice
Okay, let me change the voice mode.
I find it tedious to talk to simpletons like you who don't have any vision.
And were you attempting
yeah,
to
so
intimidate with a
what-
15?
Yeah, what I was saying before was like that was an attempt to like use the fact that I just put him in a maze even temporarily as like a minor demonstration of my abilities and saying that like yeah, this is just a sliver of my power. Don't mess with me.
Very well.
Kind of a thing.
Very well. That
Freak
you-
roll against that.
you attempt to, and he says to you,
I am not impressed. I am very much not impressed. It is indeed particularly strange, but I am indeed not impressed. And well, I guess I should show you something much more impressive than what you've created.
Freak will pipe up, and he says, "Yeah, I understand.
and
I've heard a few things about you.
yes, Greek, you heard that he can concentrate on several spells at the same time. And you can click on your tokens and roll initiative. So that should be fun. I'm missing. Oh, Drazov. I'm missing Drazov there. Drazov's a 4.
Yeah, I rolled 4.
Very well. It seems you guys have a 2-stage, perhaps even a 3-stage combat here to worry about, because before the start of this combat, you've realized that if you destroy Niv Mizzet, you know you're gonna be on Archon the Cruel's good side, and he owns the casino, who has allegedly a vault who may contain, there's small chance because you only had a lead, may contain a piece of the rod. And then again, if you defeat him, next you have Necrolumpa. And if you defeat her, maybe you have to fight Mr. Sunfall. But he kind of likes the fact that you guys appreciate his interior design skills. Anyway,
Question:
breaking my mind.
Are we?
Yeah.
Can we call just because there's 3 of us? How would we utilize these crystals to try and bring in backup?
the crystals don't bring in backup.
They won't. No, not
They-
bring back, but there's no way to.
You don't. The only way to enter the Nine Hells is either to a sanctioned portal, by being reverse summoned by a devil, or by coming here physically,
Okay.
which is what you guys done. That's the whole. That's
Just
the.
the 3 of us.
Yes, the Nine Hells is very well protected. So
Yeah, that really sucks.
you have to think. You have to think about this combat strategically, and I'm gonna give you some time to do that because it's time for us to play with our audience. Who is that demon lord? And today, guys, this should be easy for you. I'll let you guys think about this one while we go on a 10-15 minutes interval, and we'll be right back, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, Drazov, you there?
Yep.
Very good, very good. Okay, have you guys figured out who is this demon lord?
Well,
Yeah,
Fever
is it,
beat us to the punch. It's Tiamat,
It's
Mother of
I
Dragons.
thought-
Tiamat. Tiamat's not a demon lord.
We're making a joke because of in the Mother of Dragons in the campaign. Is,
Yeah, I get it. I'm being silly with you.
It's Morrigan.
Um,
It's Morrigan.
It is indeed the new demon overlord of all the layers of the abysm.
you know,
You're
Legend. I think you have a thing for Vecna. I'm beginning to see a pattern in all of your campaigns.
yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten looking a couple times.
Yeah. Is he your fave?
No, not necessarily. But this is a campaign of Vecna because, well, it's
I know.
he's one of the big villains in D&D 5th edition, and even before that in 3.5. I think I played one too many campaigns of Vecna. That's probably true. There were one too many in 2nd edition, in the 3rd edition. I think they love the guy.
Hey, Wizards of the Coast. Our DM needs a new big baddie, please.
Oh, there are many. Oh, there are many. There are many. There are many coming. But yes, I hope they bring the Venture. That will be fun. All right. And now that you've discovered this is your arch enemy and the new overlord of as he's just gathering titles, guys. While you're gathering pieces of the rod, he's gathering titles. He's getting more and more powerful by the sessions. I don't know if you have noticed, but you know, he's not just laying around waiting for you guys to figure out your life. He is becoming more and more powerful. The longer you take to get the rod,
We're getting fewer and fewer players.
the longer you get to the longer it takes for you to get the rod, the more difficult this is gonna be.
Yeah.
All right. So on that note, let me bring you guys back to the Red Belvedere Casino as soon. Oh my God, my connection, and then roll 20 is a bit slow
have
as
you done?
well.
What have you done, Legend?
It's
Come on.
alright.
Come on.
You know when you scroll down in your mouse and it moves one frame at a time. That's what I'm looking at
it's
here,
like,
guys.
It's like what the internet was like when I was a kid.
Yeah, pretty much. I feel like I'm there right now. I'm back in the 90s. Oh Oh boy. Look at this.
Oh man.
Oh,
You
this
know,
takes
before you
so
were
long.
born, some of you.
Yes, that was before I was born. Yes, I know.
Okay.
Oh, that's not the right map. That's
No.
not the right map.
What the hell?
This is the right
Whoa,
map.
going back to the main-
All right. Sorry for that, guys. It's so slow that I ended up clicking in the wrong map. Excellent. Very well. We are about to start a fun encounter between the cleric of the Mother of Dragons, Niv Mizzet, a very powerful and very smart, probably smartest of all the dragons. There was never a smarter dragon ever in history of D&D. Is like, he's one of a kind, he's the best, he's huge. And he's
So cast all of your spells that take intelligence saving throws, guys.
Oh, he's smart.
and
Yeah,
he's
that's
known.
my bad. I
He-
own that.
He
That
has
was something to do.
Oh, that was. Oh my God! No, I wasn't. That wasn't intended as a smash on you. I just.
but it worked.
No.
It worked as one for sure.
Okay.
I'm kidding. All right. So, Spirit King, what would you like to do?
I'll say to him as I take out my guitar. Oh yeah, you're definitely right. You're definitely a superior being. I guess I'll get your autograph later then. And I'm just gonna go right here. Hide right behind the pillow from him. And that's my action. Because I don't see him anymore and I don't think he sees me. I'm gonna cast invulnerability on myself.
Very well.
Just real quick for the record, Legend. I should have my now that we're in initiative.
Yeah.
I should have my manifest mind and Kvazl, my familiar, on here. Just,
Oh.
you know, for however long
They
Kvazl's gonna last.
they probably got lost in the Nine Hells somewhere. Are you sure they were following you? Because
Yeah, I mean, they
because you know
would've been.
you brought a demon to the Nine Hells.
Yeah,
to
that's,
Avernus.
Something that I was kind of curious about. Like, how did that work out? Did,
So,
did,
have-
did
have-
he not
You-
succeed in making the trip?
Your character, I mean, your character probably heard of the Blood War, and
Yeah, most definitely.
between a millennia war between demons and devils, and that's how by pinning them against each other, that's how the positive plans continue to be positive, and because they keep their enemies busy by pinning them against each other, and well, it turns out that that is a very dangerous place for demons, because demons and devils are mortal enemies. So for those of you who thought they were the same thing, no, they're not. And yes, even invisible, there would have been an incredibly dangerous place for your Quasit to be, your little familiar demon. So my question to you is, would you really have brought him here, knowing that your character knew about that?
I mean, yes, because Drezel does not have actual
Okay.
compulsion.
So
In
considering how the guy reacted to me saying my relation with Zugatmoy, I feel like it wouldn't have made it past that interaction. But
So-
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna ask you to
I'm
roll-
happy to consider that Basil may have gotten murked along the way just by the natural defenses of Avernus.
So I tell you what, roll a flat
Basil
d20.
would have brought it.
Roll a flat d20. If it's higher than an 8, he survived.
For one round in this fight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, Well, he does that. Oh, nice.
Excellent. All right. Here he is somewhere here, and he's probably trying to keep himself away from the dragon because, well, he's not stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And-
Legend. I'm gonna use Boon of Spell Recall so it doesn't burn a slot.
Very well. And you casted invulnerability, right?
Yes, on myself as after I hid behind that pillar.
Excellent. All right. And as a legendary action.
Oh, I still got my bonus action.
Oh, go ahead.
I will Bardic Inspire Midge
How are you going to do that?
with my guitar. I can still.
No,
see
I mean,
Midge.
I'm really asking for the specifics. How? Can you demonstrate to us?
Oh. Oh yes, yes, yes. Midge, not Midge. Creek takes out his guitar and says, "You know, you were talking about fog earlier. You know what? And I'll sing you something. I'll be like, hoping for the sunlight to pierce the gray, but the fog won't leave if it wants to say. He can't dispel fog, no matter how hard he tries. It clings to the earth like a ghost in the sky. He waves his hands, shouts to the air, but the mist just laughs, it doesn't care. Can't dispel that fog, oh what a crime." And by empowering Midge's ability to cast fog, I Bardic Inspire Midge.
Very well.
She can't unless she has all that time to make a druid grove, and this is the farthest thing from a druid grove. But but she appreciates it.
Thanks, King.
That's a D12, right?
Yes.
Very well. Very well.
That ends my turn.
And as a legendary action, this creature casts Prismatic Wall, creating a dome of light that it's centered over. I'm going to put this on the map so you can see. That is centered over there and surrounds all of you, including you, Creek. And it's pointing towards it's pointing inwards, the damaging part of the walls. Well, you guys had a fun encounter with a prismatic wall before.
Yeah, we've dealt with this before.
Yes, it has several layers. It has 7 layers. Each one has a different effect, a different save, a different way to pass through that. That part's fun. But here's the thing. He creates a dome of that around you, and all of you got to do a con save to start with. And that con save is a DC 26. You heard that right.
Natural 20.
Excellent. You get inspiration for that? Midge?
Does anyone need it?
I'll use my inspiration.
Very well. This is the size of the spell. Yes.
Question for you. I have advantage on spells and other magical effects. Inspiration, is that going to allow me to roll with advantage again, or just one more d20?
Just one more d20. You reroll 1 die.
Yeah, no, I failed.
Very well. Both you and Drazov, a Spirit King, you get inspiration. So very well.
I give it to Midge.
So yes, the wall sheds bright light out to a range of 100 feet and dim light to an additional 100 feet, while it's doing that inwards, and as well as outwards as well. And you and creatures, the caster and the creatures it designates, see the wall move to within 20 feet of it at the start of its turn there. The creature must succeed in a Constitution saving throw or become blinded. So, Midge and Mr. Viscous. No, that's not what I wanted to do. You're both blinded.
Wait, is that a thing that we're even? Oh, yeah. I guess we're not immune to being blinded.
No, you're not. No,
Oh, midges. Midges.
Mage is immune to being blinded.
Yep, fungal body. Yep.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
that is one that I am very much not immune to.
Let's. Can you give us a little bit of a flavor text for that fungal body, Midge?
Yeah, she's looking through the fungus that surrounds her. They become her eyes now.
And you are also immune to critical hits. You can't be blinded, deafened, frightened, or poisoned, and you are immune to critical hits unless you're incapacitated. All right. Quite powerful little thing. Very well.
I know she is.
And with that, let me take your blinded out. And he's not done.
I'm not gonna have many opportunities to feel like I won something. But
Very well.
I'll take that one.
So with that, oh yes, the do it for your familiar, Drazov, as he's inside the dome.
Oh yeah. That was that's a con save, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Rolled a 12.
He's blinded.
Okay.
Only a nat 20 would have
Oh,
passed him.
blinded.
And then Nizmizet comes and flies all the way over here on his turn. And he puts just he just puts his face inside the dome. Just his face. And as he looks inside the dome, he casts reverse gravity. And all of you, and yes, that's another concentration spell. And all of you gotta do a Dex 26 saving throw, or you're gonna fly against those walls, and those walls hurt.
I'll use inspiration.
Very well.
Use Bardic.
You have Bardic as well,
I'll use-
Midge.
Oh no, I'll use my Bardic instead of the inspiration.
All right.
Well,
Didn't you use the inspiration to reroll before?
I gave it to Mitch.
gave it
when
to
you-
me.
Ah,
when you
all right.
awarded
Gave it to
it me.
yeah.
Very well.
afterwards. 21.
It's a 26. So unfortunately, all three of you fail.
Oh God.
And with
Yeah. Sorry. Real quick. Was there damage associated with the earlier failed save when we
no.
the one that gave us
No.
the blinding?
No, it's
Okay.
just the blinding. That con save is just for the blinding condition, and then you take damage if you try to pass through the wall, and that's what's about to happen.
But he can pass through it from the other side.
He can pass through to the other side. He can choose creatures to pass through the wall.
Yeah, because the damage is only focused inwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the wall has one damaging side, one side that's not damaging, and he's on and he made the inside of the dome damaging. And now that he's casting reverse gravity, you guys are flying against the wall, against the walls without stopping. So that means you're gonna breach through every one of the 7 layers of that wall with reverse gravity. And as he steps away, takes a few steps back, and just watch the fireworks. So let's do this one by one. Red layer. Creatures take 10d6 points of fire damage. That's 31. And
wait, 1 second. Don't we, if we hit a layer that we can't pass through, don't we just like bounce off of it? Are we not automatically reflected? I thought that's how prismatic wall works.
all right, so
Yeah,
so,
we
so
couldn't-
the
we
wall
couldn't break through.
So the wall consists of 7 layers, each of with a different color. When a creature attempts to reach into or pass through the wall, it does so 1 layer at a time, through all the wall's layers. As it passes or reaches through each layer, the creature makes a dex saving throw, or it's affected by the layer's properties as described below. The wall can be destroyed also 1 layer at a time, in order from red to violet, by means specific to each layer. Once a layer is destroyed, it remains so for the duration of the spell. Anti-magic field has no effect on it. Dispel magic has no effect on it. So yes, you can pass through all the layers, and you gotta do the dex save, but you're gonna do 1 at a time. Okay.
This is forcing us to do the.
It is because you failed it. You face the reverse gravity, so he's using gravity to push you against the prismatic wall.
Yeah.
And with that, you guys gotta do a dex 26 to avoid 31 points of fire damage.
Yeah. So take half of that 16.
You've passed?
No, I'm resistant to fire.
Oh, you're resistance.
We're all resistant to fire.
So it might take 8
Yeah,
if you pass the DC 26 dex save.
Well, Legend, I'm also invulnerable right now, so anything that you're gonna throw at me, I'm good.
Very well.
I mean, all of us are resistant, so to fire. So
Yes. So you're gonna take 16. I'm just thinking about. All right. So yes, Spirit King, good call casting invulnerability. As you don't even need to roll the saves.
I mean, the rest of us didn't really have a chance to do anything to prep for this, so yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'll still roll
true.
the saves.
Well, but it was a good call choosing invulnerability because he didn't know this Niv Mizzet was going to do this.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm clicking the wrong screen. The quasity is gone, as Mitch predicted. He didn't leave it last around.
he never really had much of a chance. Although I did have spell resistance for that initial bout there, so whatever spell resistance gets me, do I get to reduce the damage I took from that first layer at least?
Yeah. Even if he does, he has 7 hit points and it's a 31.
Oh yeah, no, he's gone. But like, as long as he's within range. Oh wait, no, he wasn't within range because it's 10 feet. Never mind. Ignore me. Yeah, never mind.
And well, if a quasit falls in 9 hells, does anyone even notice? Does it even exist?
Apparently not.
All right, and dex save 26 again to avoid 35 points of acid damage.
Can I roll a performance just to fake it that it looks like I'm being...
Absolutely. Roll deception, actually, not performance.
Oh, sorry. Let me roll deception. That was performance. Even better.
All right. The viscous, you have resistance to acid damage, so you take 18. And Midge, do you?
No, I don't.
Then 17. And with that, so yeah, folks, for those of you who thought, oh, I'm gonna play a Lich, I'm gonna be indestructible, I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna tell you the truth. The reason why they make D&D this very diverse and complicated game is because nothing is ever indestructible in D&D. So, with that,
Mitch looks in her backpack at her barnacle hat that she had made a long time ago that she's never attuned to, and just grimaces at not wearing it.
Oh yes, Midge, if you were wearing that hat of the Kraken, and you ask, it was Ronaldo who made it for you, right?
Yeah, I just don't have the attunement slots for it.
Oh, all right. Well, and now comes the yellow layer. Do another dex save to avoid 30 points of lightning damage. Are you guys immune to lightning, aren't you?
No, we're resistant.
Oh, resistant. Oh, yeah.
I rolled a nat 20.
Wow! In a nat 20 on deception, you're really convincing, Creek. And Drazov, you get inspiration. And Midge, you failed. So, Drazov, as you're resistant, you're gonna take 8 points of lightning damage. And Midge, you failed, you take 15. Alright, next layer.
Wait,
It's
what's
not
the
done.
total? No, because we're resistant. So what's the total?
You failed, so it was 30, so it becomes 15 for you.
Okay.
And for Drazov, he passed, so it becomes 8. And next layer is not done, folks.
I should
It's
be at 155. I don't know.
155. You took 15, and then 35, and then 16.
Oh, you told me 17. Okay.
Oh, I mispronounced. Sorry, 35 because you failed that check, and you're no resistance to acid.
Okay.
All right. So 34
Wait,
poison.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
need
we're
to go
immune to
back.
poison.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
not at 155. What should I be at?
If you did with the 17, just subtract another 17. You are at 138. Sorry, 18. So you are at 137. All right. So if that 34 points of poison damage.
Since I'm immune, I don't have to roll. I don't have to roll deception.
No.
No, you don't have to roll it. You just need to roll. You don't need to roll the deception every time. You just need to roll one deception for the entire thing.
Still need us to
My
roll.
bad.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
immune to poison.
you are immune to poison, so you don't need to roll.
Yeah.
And then blue layer. Oh, that was one too many rolls. 28 points of cold damage. Are you immune to cold damage?
Resistant.
We're resistant.
Very well.
Not immune.
Very well. Roll for cold damage.
Okay.
Greek is just thinking about Drazov and Midge as he's just pretending to go through all the pain.
And you just, yes, you're pretending very well. Even there, you're believing that you're going through the pain. And you guys can hear each layer just shattering like glass as you go through, and you take one damage after another. And because you guys are resistance, both of you take 14 points of cold damage. And indigo layer. Make a dex 26 or you are restrained. Then
Except
you
we won't go any further.
and then you gotta do a constitution saving throw at the end of each of your turns, DC 26. If you are successful, it's like death saves. If you are successful 3 times, the spell ends. If you fail 3 times, you are permanently turned to stone and subjected to the petrified condition.
I rolled twice because I used my inspiration, and it was not helpful.
I can use my lucky. And
So that layer you cannot be saved, Spirit King, with invulnerability.
all right. Oh, I failed that. Good thing my bracelet of rock magic gives me immunity to petrification now.
It's immune to restrained.
Not restrained though. Not only.
All right.
petrification.
Very well. So you are all restrained, and as you pass through that layer, and finally the last one, the violet layer, you gotta do a Dex 26.
No, if we're restrained, we don't move.
If you are restrained, you have 0 speed. That means you can't move, but another creature can move you. If it's moving, if it's gravity, you're still falling.
Okay.
Yeah, we're free falling.
You are free falling upwards. So
I understand.
So with that, you guys gotta pass that Dex 26 again, or you're all blinded except Midge, who is immune to be blinded.
Do we have disadvantage on that Dex save since we're restrained?
Yes, you do.
Oh, let me roll my disadvantage.
Fantastic.
You're already blinded, Drazov, so it makes no difference to you. What does make a difference is that if you get this type of blindness, you must make a wisdom saving throw at the start of your next turn. A successful will end the blindness, and if it fails, you are transported to another plane of existence of the GM's choosing. Aww.
Honestly, I feel like that might be a net upgrade at this point.
It might be a blessing.
Yeah.
Now, I did tell you guys right the last session the rules about the 9 hells.
That we can't really be transported in or out.
Yep. So don't expect to go to a fun place. All right.
Well, any place that isn't here, I feel like is gonna be an upgrade from being here.
I want my girlfriend right now.
Well, you can call her telepathically once a day. Thanks to your contract. Not only you can't call her once a day, you should, because if you don't, there are consequences in that contract. You can read your toxic relationship feed. In fact, let's all read your toxic relationship feature of the as a consequence of the contract you sign with the succubus. Oh yes, thank you. At the DM discretion, you gain this feat when you are bound to an imbalanced romantic relationship with a sadistic fiend or fae. You gain the following benefits, on quotes. You gain resistance to psychic, fire, thunder, force, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage caused by a romantic counterpart. You have disadvantage on saving throws and attack rolls made against a romantic counterpart. Once per long rest, you can summon the sadistic fiend or fae romantically bound to you. The fiend or fae appears in a non-occupied space within 60 feet of you, acts in their own volition, and can't summon others. They cannot be dismissed until you have spent at least 2 hours of quality time with them or discussing the relationship. Your choice. And the summoned fiend or fae may choose not to answer your calling, particularly if you haven't attempted to summon them for more than a day, or if you did or didn't do something that upset them. In such case, even if you don't know what you did, as any recollection you have of previous events is always wrong, you must apologize and take full responsibility in order to use this option again.
This is a curse and a blessing, but mostly, I don't know. Maybe it might be really useful.
Well, it is high maintenance, as I said. You gotta call her every day. All right. So yes, this is the toxic relationship, folks, that he acquired out of that contract. And yes, now all of you pass through the last layer, and as you do so, I assume you all failed. Yes, I assume correctly.
Yeah.
And the creek, you were blinded as well. So you're gonna... I mean, guys, I would describe the place that you ended up, but turns out 2 of you are blinded, so I'm not really sure if there's a point in that. Maybe I just described to Midge. Midge.
Actually, strictly speaking, Drazov can see through his manifest mind, which would not have been affected by any of this.
That is correct.
So
good call,
he can still
Drizzle.
see by way of his manifest mind.
That is true. So, Creek, you're the only one who can't see where you guys are ending.
That's alright. Creek's just thinking to himself, oh god, where am I now? Is that my girlfriend?
Oh boy. Is that my girlfriend? No, Creek. You have to summon her. All right.
Alright.
Oh. All right. And you ended up, guys. Let me ask Midge, who's the only one who can see properly. Oh, actually, no. Let me ask Creek, who's the only one who can't see. Creek, roll a d8 for me. Let's see which fun place I'm gonna put you in.
Alright. I take number 3.
Very well. Oh boy. Okay. Very well. Well, I have to say, it's a good thing you guys are resistant to fire. Because turns out that out of that fight, you were just moved out of the Temple of Vecna into a river of lava flowing outside a war camp of devils. So, I mean, it's not just a river of lava. It's a river of lava outside a war camp of devils. And and you were blinded. And
So we flew out of the roof of this place? I'm confused.
you just
the mechanics of this.
so you've been teleported, like you were banished. But you can't be banished outside of the Nine Hells. So you ended up in another place randomly.
That was on the restraining, the turquoise one?
Yeah, in the violet, in the last one.
Oh, okay.
The last one, and you fail, you are banished to a random place of the DM's choosing.
Okay.
But given the mechanics of where you are,
No, but I didn't. But I. Oh, so I'm just immune from the blinded condition.
yeah,
But I still can be teleported.
correct.
Understood.
And
That's the part I was missing. All right.
and the three of you are moved into this river of lava, probably somewhere in the Nine Hells, outside of a war camp of devils. And the devils haven't noticed you, but you have noticed the lava. So, is anyone swimming in lava? I'm gonna ask you guys. There's a deck save for this? Roll a deck save. Another one. Yay! DC 26.
I failed. I passed.
Yeah, it's a fail.
Midge. For the win? No?
No.
Alright. So, I'm gonna have... This might be painful, guys. It's 47 points of fire damage, but you are resistant. So, you take 24 each. And Spirit King, you gotta hold... oh no, you're immune to damage, so nothing happens to you.
How does it feel in my bones?
It's warm. It's nice. While Viscous, you are a bit too close to fire now, and you really don't like be swimming in lava, even though your hair is like that. Midge, you are incredibly uncomfortable in this place. Spirit King, you would be swimming around, but as I've mentioned, you are restrained. So, because you guys are in a different place, I'm gonna call you are out of initiative, as you've been transported outside of the temple. And as promised, Nismizet has indeed got rid of you. And he's probably gonna take credit for this to Vecna. And let me zoom in on you guys. in that river of lava. Let's see how many conditions you have. Midge, you still have the bardic inspiration, right?
No, I used it.
If you didn't pass, you keep it. It's infectious until you pass.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then the viscous.
So I could have been using it on all of those saves.
Yes, until you pass.
I had no. Okay, that really sucks. All right.
And in the viscous, you have you are restrained and blinded. So is the Spirit King. But the viscous, you're only blinded in your body. To the manifest mind, you can still see. So, how do you guys want to do this? You have zero. So the first thing you guys gotta do is probably get rid of the restraint, right? Or the blinding, whichever you prefer.
Well, the first thing that Midge is going to do is let me see how long I can do this for. I'm gonna go ahead and shape change into that guy that I was studying. I'm going to shape change into a red Abishai.
Very well.
I'm now immune to fire.
Excellent. Good call, Midge.
So there you go. However, I'm going to use my my trait. Is it high magic? Boon of high magic. So it gives me an extra 9th level spell slot. So I'm just not going to mark it off with my spells.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because it was
very well.
Level.
Very well. Okay. Let's give you control of a red Abishai.
Yep.
That still has inspiration, and you are immune to fire.
That was
very good.
Like so coincidental, because I was trying to figure out what I could shape change into that could be, but I kept getting stuck up on the fact of how I could justify that Midge has seen this particular creature. And then the map at the very beginning of today, I look and he's literally standing right next to us, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so good." So I'm real that's why I was saying purely coincidental, because I was like, how am I going to convince, like, what story am I going to make up that I saw a red Abishai at some point in time, and he's literally standing right next to me.
I'm so happy right now. I'm gonna DM this to you guys. September 2023 legend. We talked about this swimming in lava. I sent the screenshot to you guys later.
All right, so I don't have swimming speed, but I just did that because I already have it prepared. I'm sure I can look up and find, but I would have to justify to you how I've seen it. So at least this one I can.
Just FYI, guys, I think something is crashing here on my end. So something seems to be crashing hardcore here. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, everything just disappeared on the
Yes,
YouTube.
it just.
You should come through on my end.
The YouTube just went black. Yeah. Oh no, it just popped back in. It's all white.
Did it recover? Oh boy.
We can't see the map, but our tokens are there on YouTube.
Okay, let's hope. Oh
Can
boy.
you just refresh Roll20? Because that won't delete you.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. If you're looking at the stream, you're looking with a lag. There's a lag of a few seconds.
Yes. There it is.
All right. So okay, I have to refresh the other one. Okay, give me a second here.
You really enjoyed that, didn't you, Legend? Doing that stupid prismatic thing. You're like, I'm gonna get these guys.
My instincts told me something terrible was gonna happen.
I know. I just imagine Legend like drumming his fingers together, like menacingly in front of his face. As he thinks about what he's gonna do to us.
So that is one of the creatures that if you put as an enemy for a tier 4 party, it's gonna be a good show because there's so many combos that D&D is not prepared for if a creature can concentrate in 2 spells at the same time. So
Demigod level
For
right
that,
there.
for this matter, I'm glad we got out of there because I had no idea how we were going to beat that thing.
the
Not a clue.
the,
Not
the
a clue.
concentration on
So
spells.
So you beat us down, but then you saved us. So for that, I'm not mad at you.
Very well.
I was a bit frustrated. I was like, what the hell is he? Why is he doing this to us?
And that's my wish for the Saturday campaign.
to find Niv Bizet.
No. Actually, well, no, because Arathis' dexterity is ridiculous. So at least he would make all the saves. But still, no, I don't want to go through that again.
Oh
What kind
boy.
of sadomasochistic person are you?
Well,
Maybe not the sado. Maybe the masochistic.
Red Midge. You are now immune to the lake, but you're still restrained. The Viscous, what would you like to do?
That's a good question. Because while he still has the restrained status, can he cast spells?
Yes, he can.
Oh, okay. That's,
So what restraint does is a restrained creature's speed becomes 0, and you can't benefit to any bonus to speed. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and attack rolls you make have disadvantage. But and you have disadvantage on dex saving throws. Oh, which I mean, there was no point on applying to you guys. If you can apply in the last layer anyway. But yes, you had disadvantage on dex saving throws, and but you can still move your fingers and you can still talk. It's not paralyzed. Now, here's the thing about your restraint condition, is that after you get it, you gotta pass a con saving throw. So this is kind of like death saves now, guys. For at least for Midge and the Viscous and Spirit King, I'm gonna tell you what. Since you are immune to petrify, I'm gonna give you 1 hour of restraint if you fail this. How much does your invulnerability last?
10 minutes.
Well, let's hope you pass. And
I summoned my girlfriend.
or you know how you're gonna leave the 9 hells by being resurrected near your phylactery. All right.
Okay, question just
Yeah.
for my sake. I'm reading shape change. It says I retain all my skill and saving throw proficiencies in addition to gaining those of the creature. So the Red Abishai's con save bonus is better than Midge's. So in this case, I would use the Red Abishai, correct?
It doesn't say bonus, it say proficiencies. So if you don't have proficiency in con save while you are in red,
Yeah, it's listed. Yeah, it's listed. Saving.
no, I
throws,
mean you,
strength.
you Midge. If you don't have proficiency in con save, you do have
No,
now.
but it says in addition. But it's.
It says what?
I'm
So
confused.
go ahead. What was the
So
question?
If I'm looking at this, so I retain all of my skills and saving throw proficiencies.
Yes.
Midge, in addition to gaining those of the creature.
Yeah, in addition to gain the proficiencies, not the bonuses.
Yes. If the creature has the same proficiency as you, and the bonus listed in statistics is higher than yours, use the creature's bonus in place of yours.
Okay.
Can you look at it and yeah? 'Cause it seems to me like I would use.
You retain the benefit of any feature. Okay. Where is it? You assume the hit points of the new. Wait, it's a very long spell.
Second paragraph.
All right. Your game statistics are replaced by the statistics of the chosen creature, though you retain the alignment, intelligence, wisdom, blah blah blah. You roll. You also retain all your skills and saving throw proficiency in addition to gain those of the creatures. If the creature has the same proficiency as you, and the bonus listed in the statistics is higher than yours, use the creature bonus in place of yours. Now, it starts with a condition. If the creature has the same proficiency as you, so that's what I was asking.
Yes.
Do you have proficiency in
But
con
I use-
save?
No, but the red Abishai does.
Yeah,
So
the
would
condition
use
is
its- I would use,
if
so
the
I would use
creature.
the red Abishai's con saving.
So I'm gonna give the example. What it's saying here is if you have that proficiency in dex save, and you have a +6, and the red Abishai has a proficiency in dex save, and he has a +10, you can use the red Abishai, because both of you have the same proficiency. My question to you is, do you have proficiency in con saving throw?
No, but I gain this.
You gain his.
saving
Very
throw.
well, very well.
Yes.
Proficiency.
that's- Yeah.
Yes, but proficiency doesn't add a +10. It adds a +6. That's my point. You see?
Oh, I don't use it. Okay, that's fair. Understood
Alright.
now. So I just gain his proficiency. So
Yes.
I do.
Because in the stat block,
So I go to a +9 then.
yes,
because I
because
get my modifier plus my proficiency then. Okay. So I go to
correct.
+9.
Yes.
Okay.
Very
Alright,
well.
Heard. Understood. Thank you. Thank you for being patient and
No problem.
through that with me.
All right. So, Red Mage, the Viscous, Spirit King, please roll your con saves. DC 26, or you are petrified. And in the case of Spirit King,
Already?
yeah, or you can start with the blindness. Do you want to start with the blindness first? That's fine.
No. No, I thought we had 3. I thought it was like a death save.
Yes,
So
you
we'll
gotta
fail
pass.
three
Is a death
times.
save. Yes, or your yes. All right, you are correct.
Okay.
It's
so
three. It's
not
three.
Just one roll. We
It's
have
not
three-
just one
three
roll. You gotta
chances.
fail 3 times. If you had 3 failures, you are petrified. And and it's not like death saves in the sense that if you roll a net 1, I'm not gonna count as 2 failures.
Okay. And this is considered a magical effect as well, right?
Absolutely yes.
Yeah. 'cause
Come
then I have
on,
the-
3 nat 20s. Let's do this.
Let's do this. 3 net 20s.
No.
Alright, so 11 plus 6 is the 17, plus the D12 for the Bardic Inspiration.
Very well.
I would
27.
inspire, but I can't see you.
27. Midge saves.
Very well. 27 Midge saves. So Midge, 1 success. Creek. And
8.
Oh, this is like when Midge turned the guy into a tree. It's the exact same. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So Midge, Creek, and Drazov. Midge, you have 1 success.
Yeah.
And Creek and Drazov have none. Go ahead and let's roll the next one.
Oh wait, that's a. Sorry, that was Dex. Let me roll con. Same number, 8.
That's a
Got
fail.
Two 8s.
And Drazov?
Oh wow, that's a nat 1.
That's okay. As I've mentioned, I'm not counting next one and that one as choose because, well, that's a saving throw, not technically a death save. So, next round, guys. Come on. Give me some hope here.
I might get a third 8. You never know.
We might end that session with a TPK. I don't know.
Just to be clear, this
Oh
is,
my gosh. I got a third 8.
That's unbelievable. You know, I'll give you inspiration for the 888. As, as
I'm using my
is
inspiration.
it 19 enough?
no, he's the 26.
Maybe
Oh.
inspiration.
Oh boy.
I can use your inspiration. All right, let's try it one more time then.
I got 3 8s.
Nat 20.
Excellent,
And
Midge.
I'll give you that inspiration back.
Very
Oh,
well.
my extra inspiration. Yeah, I
Oh,
don't need it.
okay. All right. Wait, I don't want to assume. Do I get inspiration for that?
Yes, yes, that's fine. Of course you
All
get
right,
in.
that's my second save. All right.
Yeah. Second save, two and two. If you pass this one, Midge, you're the only one who saved.
Oh yeah.
Because
Okay.
Creek is about to be sunk. And if none of you pass this, chances are it's a TPK.
Yeah.
Can I telepathically say to my girlfriend to pick me up at the bottom of the river?
18 plus.
And that's a D2. Now that's a D12.
24. No, I don't have Bardic.
You don't have Bardic?
No, I have no, because I was successful with it on the first one.
Oh, you use the
then
Bardic.
I use my reaction to give. Then I use Infectious Inspiration. I use my reaction to give it to you again since you passed.
Very well.
Whenever someone
There you go, Midge. Use that D12.
18, so I'm at a 24. No, I'm at a 20. No, because I get +6 more. So I'm at a 24. So I need a 2 or better.
2 or better. That should be doable.
Oh, 5. It was about to be on 1.
Very
Literally,
well.
1 is right next to 5. It was showing me a 1.
Midge, you are the only one that managed to save yourself from the restraint and the blind condition. So now it's up to you to save the other two, because as you look at Drazov turned to stone and he's starting to sink into the lava. Now, lava is very viscous and stone doesn't sink that fast into lava. But yes, he's starting to sink. His manifest mind disappears. And Spirit
Wait,
King...
Why does it disappear? Why does my manifest mind disappear?
So doesn't your manifest mind disappear if you're incapacitated?
Okay, that's a good question. Yeah.
I would
go
be
with
surprised if it doesn't, but
I'm not sure if it does. But give me a moment to
very well.
Like keep telling the story. I just want to check.
The spectral mind stops manifesting if it is ever more than 300 feet away from you, if someone casts the spell magic on it, if the awakened spellbook is destroyed, if you die, or if you dismiss the spectral mind as a bonus action. Once you conjure the spectral mind, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest. Wow, I am surprised.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Being incapacitated does not mean that it
oh
goes
my
away.
god, they're so gonna nerf this during the 2024 review.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You're the only subclass that can go petrified and still communicate with the world.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Alright. So it's your manifest mind is not petrified, that the viscous is sinking slowly into the lava, Midge, and so is the Spirit King, who is not taking damage yet.
The time for this is terrible. I need to step away for 5 minutes. I apologize.
That's fine, because the viscous and the Spirit King have to roll their wisdom saves. So,
I'll be back in just a moment.
Legend, since I'm pretty lightweight and I would float in water, and isn't lava denser than water, would I just be floating on top since I'm not made of stone?
Sure. But you have your gear. Who's going to pull you down?
Altogether, I'm not even 100 pounds.
100 pounds on top of lava. Yeah, you're gonna sink.
Ah, fair. Alright.
I mean, the ring in the Lord of the Rings sunk in lava. So, I'm using that logic.
Alright. So wisdom save.
Alright, so... yes, you're still blinded. Oh wait, is that a wisdom save? Or is a con save? I'm just gonna call it. It continues to be a wisdom save. All right. So you can keep it. You can keep rolling, guys. Another 2 times each. Otherwise, just gonna make that blindness last for an hour.
No, can I just keep going?
You just need to
Keep
pass
rolling
one. Wisdom 26. You just need to pass one. Out of the 3 checks.
slowly sinking in the lava.
Drazov, you're already petrified.
I've rolled 3 and
Drazov, you're already petrified. What difference does it make? You're blinded. You're watching through your manifest mind while your body's sunking into the lava.
yeah. Doesn't really make much of a difference to me one way or the other.
Yep.
Are you still taking damage?
Oh, yes, he is, very much. I'm about to roll. It's not gonna be pretty.
Even though I'm petrified?
Yes, of course. Lava melts rock. So, Spirit King.
Alright, fair enough. Fair enough.
You just need some pressure, and you'll be a diamond.
Spirit King, roll another one. You have a third one to roll.
Oh, I rolled with advantage. If you want me to roll again, I just rolled again with advantage because you said roll 2.
You just roll with advantage. Was a 23.
Yep, still blinded, thinking
Still-
about myself falling in the lava.
So you're blinded and restrained for the next hour. The viscous is petrified and restrained for the well, is no longer restrained. The petrification condition replaces the restrained one, and he's blinded for the next hour. But he can still see through the manifest mind. And Red Midge is somewhere, and she's your only chance of survival.
Wait. Don't we lose blindness once we get teleported? Doesn't the violet wall make you no longer blinded when you teleport? I thought... I was reading up on that in the chat.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it says the GM's choosing and is no longer blinded. The creature is transported.
Wasn't,
to the plane.
but the blinded condition from the viscous was not just caused by the last layer. It was also caused by the first casting.
I natural 20 that.
Oh yes. Okay. So in that case, yes, you're right. You've natural 20 that, so you're not blinded. You're just restrained for the next hour.
Sinking.
All right. Okay, and I'll give you inspiration for catching that.
So you get to sink down through the lava with your eyes wide open.
Yes.
Which I mean is a definite upside of sinking down into lava.
I
And
just think of Drazov when I'm in this.
and I have to
Okay,
say, guys,
so-
out of all the places that Creek could have transported you to, only 2 of them had lava on that D8. So there was only a 25% chance you're gonna land on lava. Unfortunately. I don't know if that makes you feel better or worse, but yeah, that's that tree was yeah, and it was pretty consequential. And I would like to stop giving you bad news, but as I said at the start, you are sinking in lava outside a devil's war camp.
Yep.
And there are devils up there.
Are
So-
these guys aware of us, Legend?
Not yet, because I'm calling this. I'm gonna multiply whatever number is here by 4. I'm calling this because of the angle. 180 feet above you.
Oh, okay.
So they have no reason to think. Hey, 3 creatures just appear in the middle of the lava. So for the time being, they haven't noticed you. But if you fly away from their image, you may want to take that into consideration.
Yeah, I just gotta figure out how. Is there anything, Legend? Is there anything this way? Like, who's petrified? Tell me who's petrified. Viscous is.
Viscous is petrified, and your buddy is your buddy Creek is restrained for an hour.
Just
Okay.
restrained.
Okay.
So yes, you can add that. That's a big river. It's a lot of lava, and the problem is that Viscous is melting. Oh, which reminds me, Viscous. Which reminds.
Okay. So
Viscous,
can I-
you take.
can
before you do, let me just resolve this. Viscous, you take 20 points of fire damage.
Is that before factoring in the fire resistance or after?
Yeah, it was 40 without it, and 39, and
Yeah.
now it's 20 with the fire resistance. So go ahead, Red Midge. Tell us what you want to do.
Yeah. With a strength of 23, would I be able to carry Viscous on my back?
When a creature is petrified, its weight multiplies by 8.
Oh, that's dumb. Okay.
So, let me just check. Let me just check something really quick.
Only we had levitate.
Yeah, petrified creature weighs 10, not 8, sorry, I remember that wrong. 10 times as much as it did before. How much do you weigh now, Viscous? How much did you weigh before?
Oh, how much did I weigh? Couldn't have been very much. I mean, I'm dead. I weighed 150 pounds before, apparently, which I think is I might have got that wrong. But
Yeah, that doesn't for just skin and for just bones.
yeah. So let's call that 100 pounds because I think I massively overestimated.
You have 30 pounds, and then the rest is bones. So 30 pounds of gear, and the rest is bones. So yeah, let's call it a little bit less than 100 pounds. Midge, with a strength of 23, you can carry 345 pounds. You can push, drag, or lift 690. So unfortunately, that's not enough to pull him out of this. So you're gonna have to come up with another idea.
Can I using my manifest mind? Can I assist with spells cast through the manifest mind?
You need to perform the somatic and the verbal components of the spell. Correct?
Unless I subtle cast them.
Do you still have meta magic to subtle cast? Because you just did earlier.
I used one. I've got two meta magic slots. I used one earlier. I still have one available. I can still subtle cast.
So you can subtle cast one spell. Choose wisely.
Yeah.
See, bro. See, folks. That's why people nerf Order of Scribes.
Yeah. So, wow.
But that's an amazing subclass, I must say. It's the manifest mind is really cool.
I'm not even sure what to use in this case.
Okay.
Anything that reduces your weight, telekinesis, Bigby's hand,
Yep.
invulnerability, whatever you want.
Can I cast polymorph on him?
Well, he's technically an object, so if it's true polymorph, you can.
No, it's just regular polymorph.
The Viscous, any idea? I mean, Red Midge, you can take the Spirit King.
Actually, yeah, I've got an idea. Wait, how far is it from here to the platform?
180 feet.
Okay, so Misty Step's not going to do it.
No.
And I can't. See, I was hoping that I would be able to lift you, but we're saying that can't happen.
Would like above the table? Would you be able to lift me if I could Misty Step my way out
No.
of the lava.
No, because I still can't carry your weight.
I wish I wasn't restrained so I could help carry, but I'm restrained for an hour. Unless... Oh! I have greater restoration in my spell list.
Very well.
Cure his petrification.
How about
I
levitate?
have to touch him, but I can't move.
How about levitate? Levitate is the thing.
So red
Yeah.
mage.
I've got levitate.
Red
and
mage
now
will come over and push Spirit King next to Viscous, so he's touching him.
Oh, thank you very much, Midge. And since I can cast spells and I have the goal, or the materials for it, I cast Greater Restoration. So glad I got that.
Very well, Drazov. While you were trying to figure out how you're gonna take you out of this, turns out that sometimes a lich can trust another lich. You know, some liches can be trusted. And
Yes, it's always nice to have lich friends.
and yes, you come out of your petrification, but I must say, because it was another round, technically you take another 21 points of fire damage. Now, I cannot express this enough. You're blinded on your actual body, but you can see through the manifest mind. You guys need to get out of here.
Legend, would I be able to cast Greater Restoration to remove my restraint, since technically I should be petrified?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Yeah.
Alright, then I'll cast it on myself as well, so there's a second...
Excellent.
I can move.
Very well.
So, I am now.
Midge will come over and have Viscous get on her back.
Okay. I bought Midge's back, and yes, please take me away from the fire. I very much do not like being on fire. He said while his head.
Can I carry both of them?
I gotta say, the worst part about you guys being burned on fire is not really the concern about the fire, it's the concern about how the hell you're gonna find the pieces of the rod in this lava river afterwards.
Oh, I can swim to grab it. I still have a couple minutes.
Very well.
GLiches is doing backstrokes.
It is a river though, so they're not gonna just stay in place.
How?
Look,
I don't understand. Like Midge is flying above the lava now.
Yes, no, I was saying in a scenario where that had been a TPK.
You're making my anxiety go all over the place today, Legend.
Wouldn't that be in their bag of holding or something? I'm sure they would put it in something like, like containable and magical.
What would they put in something containable and magical?
Oh, I hope they have a bag of holding to put their rod pieces in.
Probably. So, where to now, guys?
Can Creek do a perception to make sure they have their rod pieces? Do you guys have your rod pieces on you?
Yeah, it's in my handy haversack.
I look at Viscous.
Yes, of course. I have this well in hand.
We went through all of this with before we left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and I gave mine to Vokar. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, we went through all this.
So, how do you want to get out of here? If you go south, it's gonna be a long swim, but yeah, eventually you're gonna get there. By the way,
before we do anything else,
being outside the lava
doesn't
doesn't prevent you from taking damage from the fire.
I don't take damage from the fire.
No, I'm talking to Viscous.
Yeah.
He's still very close to the lava. He still takes fire damage.
But I can fly higher above. How high above the lava do I need to fly
all right.
to prevent him from?
Oh, you know, I'm clicking on the wrong screen again.
I was just gonna say that, like, him, as soon as he's like out and above the lava, he's gonna chug that potion of supreme healing.
Very well, do that. Roll. Let's put 30 feet, Midge, for you to be flying above the lava. Roll your potion of supreme healing, and Spirit King, you're swimming, right?
Well, as I'm swimming, can I telepathically communicate to my sadistic girlfriend, because she can fly, to help me get out? Hey, Temptress, you there?
And
I'm outside of the casino now.
and she says to you,
Hey. Can you hear device mode, by the way?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. She says, "Hey, hey, honey. Sorry, I'm a bit busy. I'm with a client now. Would you mind if I come back later?"
Yeah, just communicate me later. I'm just invulnerable swimming in some lava right now. I'll see if the others want to play with me.
Sorry about that. This one has a peculiar taste. There's some fetishes and things, and I have my hands full right now. But I'll come later, okay? Thanks for calling.
Alright.
She hangs up on you.
She left me on heat. I look over to a midge and go, "Are you able to kind of pull me out of here too? I'm stuck in swimming."
Yeah, that's the question. Can I carry
yes,
both of them?
yes, you can. Well,
Okay.
one of your hands, one on your back.
Okay.
I'm like 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Very well.
Well, there you go.
You swim at a lower altitude, Midge, until you guys finally
Flying.
arrive.
She's not swimming. She's flying.
Or fly. You fly at a lower altitude until you guys arrive at this area where the edges of the river are a bit. There's kind of a little sidewalk on a ledge near the river of lava. I'm gonna bring you there, and you guys stop there for a second, just to rest. And you have no idea where you are in the Nine Hells. There's lava everywhere. And what's the plan, guys? How do you get out of this?
Well,
Are
can
we?
teleport.
We're not staying in the Nine Hells, right? We just want to get out of here. Is that correct?
Well, I thought you came here for the rod. But you went to the temple. You went to the temple of the Mother of Dragons and the Overlord demons of the demon Overlord of the Abyss and the God of Magic to try and convince his cleric, or try and discover if his cleric was talking smack about Archon the Cruel, so you could get your free stuff out of the Archon and get an ally out of him. But it turns out that went not as quite as you planned, and now you are in a random place in the Nine Hells, and you have no idea how to get out of here.
Why would
Hi
we-
guys, I could teleport us
back to
back
that.
to the casino.
Okay.
Within the Nine Hells.
You want to do what? Teleport back to the casino?
Yes, I have the teleport spell.
Okay. But here's the thing, though. Roll an Arcana check.
Natural 20.
Excellent, Creek. You get inspiration. So, you study the prismatic walls spell, and you've learned that last layer sends you to a different plane of existence, while teleports you within the same plane of existence. Wherever you are in the Nine Hells, you are not in Avernus.
Oh.
Alright, then plane shift. Oh, I'm kidding, I don't have that.
Have plane shift. Can shift many planes.
Guys, I don't think we're in the same layer of hell, of the Nine Hells.
What do you guys know about the Nine Hells?
Can we roll intelligence check? Or is
Yes?
this a player.
Or yes.
Which one was it?
No, I'm asking what the characters know.
as a bard, how much would I know about the tales of the Nine Hells?
No, I'm asking about more or less how much do you know about the 9 layers?
I think as from speaking from Drazul's perspective, he probably knows that it's not so easy as just casting plane shift to get from one layer to another.
Yes, but the reason why I'm asking is because each layer has a specific characteristic, and you can roll your investigation to try and determine, based on the landscape that you've known, which layer you are in.
Okay. Creek probably knows the first layer the most.
And now you know why you roll a d8. All right. So, Creek, you are the first one to deduce this, but you know about the 9 Hells. The Avernus is, well, that the blood war rages across the battlefield, and it's kind of a wreckage of a hellish war made of war machines. Then there's the next layer, which is known for its iron roads in deep canyons that lead to the dread Iron of Dis, the Iron City of Dis. And then you have Minoros, the third layer, which is an acid falls like rain on putrid bogs and decaying cities in Minoros. Then you have the fourth layer, 1 + 3. Obsidian fortresses bask in the heat of raging volcanoes and magma rivers.
As a player, I know the name of that is.
Yes. You suspect that you are in Phlegetos, the fourth layer of the 9 Hells, a fiery landscape whose seas of molten lava brew hurricanes of hot wind, choking smoke, and volcanic ash. Within the fire-filled caldera of Phlegetos' largest volcano rises Abrimok, a fortress city made of obsidian and dark glass, with rivers of molten lava pouring down its outer walls. The city resembles the sculpted centerpiece of a gigantic hellish fountain. And this is as much as you know about Phlegetos. Oh, no, wait. There is one more thing you know. The rulers of Phlegetos are Belial and his daughter Fierna. And both are handsome devils who resemble tieflings, with red skin and small horns. Belial exudes civility, even as his words carry an undercurrent of threat, and his daughter is said to have the wickedest heart in the 9 Hells. Their alliance seems it's unbreakable, and they both rule together, Phlegetos. For both are aware that their mutual survival hinges on the complementarity of their skills. That's what you know about Phlegetos.
So the tales are true. There's lava everywhere.
And you know the name of the rulers.
And I'll relay that to the Viscous and Red Midge.
And
How much
Drazov, as he says that to you, and he mentions the name Fierna, roll for me an intelligence check.
Just flat intelligence?
Just flat intelligence. Let's see if you remember something. Yes, you do.
25.
The Viscous Fierna is a name that Vecna hates. Is one of his enemies. Like fierce enemies. Because there is a tale that says that Fierna once stole a very important secret from Vecna. And she is one of the few individuals in the entire multiverse that can ever say they stole something from Vecna. Now, you are in a lair of one of Vecna's enemies. Perhaps this is something that could play in your favor. Perhaps that D8 that rolled a 3 was not that bad after all. Swimming in lava in Filigetos. I guess we'll discover in the next session, as we'll conclude this session here. And for those of you who have been watching and following us, thank you so much. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. There's much more content. I have our Patreon linked in the description below. You can go there if you want to support more content creation. And there's so much stuff coming in the future as well. Thanks everybody for watching. We have more tomorrow with Gods vs. Eldritch Horrors. Have a good night.